Hello, users, and welcome back to another episode of Above It All. And I've got a little story here that I see from Newsweek. I don't know why I'm seeing it from Newsweek. It just so happens this is the one that I've got on the screen as I talk about this incident. So, in Atlanta, things have been very, 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 very unstable for what it seems like a little bit now. There's been a lot of action with the police departments in Atlanta, and there's been a lot of demonstrations, protests for Black Lives Matter and so forth. And one of the things about these protests is that they're now, as of 2 days ago, coinciding. Jesus Christ. I haven't had my coffee. Give me a break. Coinciding with Juneteenth, which is the holiday of when slavery was ended in the United States in 1865. And a lot of people are upset about that. White people, usually every year or so, there's like another handful of white people that learn about Juneteenth for the first time. I know from my experience, I learned about Juneteenth for the first time a couple years ago. I never was taught about it in school. I was taught about the Emancipation Proclamation, but I was never taught about Juneteenth is like a day you should celebrate or whatever. Even by my black teachers, no one ever told me. I grew up in New Jersey, for reference, so not a southern state or anything, but I was just never taught about that shit. And so, a lot of white people just don't know what it is. And when they find out that black people have something that they want to cherish, they get really upset, especially the Trump guys. So let me read the highlighted text here. It's a very short little bit of information. There's not much to go off of. A man is in police custody Friday evening after firing a gun at a driver at a Juneteenth demonstration in Atlanta. Initial reports from witnesses said a man pulled an AR-15 assault rifle out of his vehicle and fired into a crowd of Juneteenth demonstrators. As the attacker was leaving the area, his vehicle struck a protester. No injuries were reported, and the driver was taken into custody by police. According to the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, the suspect fired at another driver who was not injured, though his vehicle was hit. It is currently unclear how many bullets were fired at the incident. The suspect attempted to flee after the shooting, police said. And that's all the information in this article as of right now. But I just want to talk about this. Again, there's going to be a lot of violence happening. I've been making a lot more videos about right-wing militias, about what they plan on doing, how they plan on acting, their methods, and so forth. There's a lot of violence going on in this country. And one of the things about the way the right-wing propaganda machine works is the right-wing propaganda machine does create organized right-wing militias. That is correct. But it also creates these lone wolves, these people that are radicalized by Fox News, and they get radicalized and they're all alone. And the narrative of the right is individualism. You gotta take it, laugh by the balls. So there's a lot of people out there that, eventually, after so many decades or years, even maybe not decades of propaganda, they eventually snap and they say, Juneteenth? Why do black people? What? No. And they get their guns and they're activated. They go in with the intent to kill people. And oftentimes, they don't train, they don't know what they're doing, and they end up fumbling and wasting their time and everyone else's time. But not every time does this happen. And it's just one of those things where, again, it's just, there are going to be more and more fascist militias, but there's also going to be more and more of these lone wolves, as they say. And if Trump loses, which I do think is going to happen, if I'm going to make an official prediction, I do think Trump is going to lose. But if he does lose, there's going to be a very large percentage of the population that does not accept that, including Donald Trump himself. And I can ensure that there will be violence at that period. And I'm fearful. I'm fearful about it. The direction of this country is a fucking hysterical one. It is a terrible and awful one. But what you have to understand is, if you're wondering, why are the protesters out there if you're not 1,000% on the side of the protesters, you have to understand that this country, for a lot of people, myself included, has never been good. It has never been great. Make America Great Again. It was never great. You know, like that, my entire life, you know, as of the age 13, 14, was destroyed. I lost my house. I was nearly homeless. I've been through a lot growing up, and I can tell you this country is not good. It never was good. There was never any moment in United States history where you can say everything was fine. Not in the 50s. No, no, no. There was never, not in the roaring 20s, there was never a period in United States history where things were okay. And that's what you have to understand about Make America Great Again. The thing about that is that white people feel like they've lost something, and they feel like they're all alone. And because of the Trump media campaign and the Fox News operation, it's activating them. It's giving them a manifesto to kill. Remember the El Paso shooter in Texas last year cited Tucker Carlson as one of the main inspirations. And Donald Trump's propaganda on the caravans as the reason why he wanted to shoot and kill brown people for no fucking reason. I've been told brown people is something I shouldn't say. Should I say Latinx people? I don't know. If anybody wants to try to correct me, I'm open to that. I get a lot of people tell me that like brown people's okay, and then I get a lot of people that get really offended at Latinx, but also I know that there's a lot of people that are just not going to be treating my vernacular with genuine, like they want to improve my method of speech. Anyway, if you have any criticism there, let me know. But either way, like, this is a systemic thing. And the more white people figure out about Juneteenth, the more there's going to be angry people that go like, what? Black people are taking another holiday from me? Well, I'll be darned. And then it reminds them of, oh, when we lost the Confederate War. Not we, because, no one in your family ever fought in there, but it's like this bizarre notion of like, we used to own those people, and now they want to celebrate the day they got free from us. And it's like, these people are just psychopaths. And the thing is, like, psychopaths can exist in society without that much of a problem, but it's when those psychopaths get trained and activated that the problem arises. And that's been the modus operandi of the Trump campaign, has been to just fucking activate as many of these fucking crazy people as possible. And it turns into situations like this. And thankfully no one was hurt. But, again, there's going to be a lot more backlash going forward, and this country will presumably never exist in a state of everything is fine. I would say if everything is fine in North America, it will be after the United States of America. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. Go check out my other videos. I'll see you again later.